Hey everybody, it's Salazar here, and in today's episode, I'll be giving you some answers to some fitness questions that I found in Sunit Sebastian's Facebook page. I took the time to answer a few of those which I found to be of value to this channel and that he hadn't replied to in written form. So here we go. I will be reading these, so bear with me. It's pretty answers, so I'm betting you can spare the time to get in. So the first, should one allow the calves to contract when doing hamstring curls to move more weight, or is it better to keep them loose? So while that is working are the hands, and I was that it depended on what you want from the exercise. You can probably guess that if you want to isolate, like the hamstrings, um, you can probably guess that it's um, not a very good idea to have other muscles helping that muscle perform the function, like having the gastrocnemius or the soleus help in knee flexion in this case. That said, it is very hard to tell because of the trade-offs, because you always have trade-offs between isolation of a particular muscle or overload of that muscle. Now, what I'm trying to tell the person who asked this is that if he, by using the caps, can move more weight in such a way that the hamstrings can be subjected to a higher load, then this will be more beneficial than isolating the hamstrings. You probably can understand this. And this also applies to the debate between bench press bodybuilding style versus powerlifting style. You can make the argument that if you flare out your elbows, you can get more pec engagement. This is true, but there are trade-offs. For instance, you will be putting your shoulder joint at risk of injury. You will be putting yourself in a sort of compromised position where you will not be able to handle such higher loads. Okay, so if by not engaging the pecs as much you can move more weight, even though there's less percentage of contribution from the pec to moving the weight, if you can get a high enough weight that that percentage, which is a lesser percentage, can get more absolute load, then it's better for your pec. So because 20% of 1,000 is better than 50% of 300, right? So that's it. That's basically what I wanted to say. If you guys want to isolate the hams, of course, you should avoid contribution from the calves. That said, if by engaging the calves you can get higher tonnages in your hamstring curls, you will probably be subjecting your hams to a bigger stimulus and therefore creating more profound adaptation. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Next question. General protein recommendations for a strength athlete, purely in the context of caloric surplus, maintenance, and small dieting phases. This kind of means in the context of all contexts. Okay, so if you're a strength athlete, and this certainly means that you'll be training hard weekly, multiple times a week probably, you will want to consume anywhere from 1.5 to 1.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So these are the recommendations from scientific literature. Over 1.8 has never been demonstrated to be of any value for people maintaining weight or in a moderate caloric surplus. Now, if we are talking cutting phases where you are in caloric deficits to shed some fat, if you also aim, and you probably will, aim at preserving as much lean mass as possible, it has been proven beneficial